Good morning, everyone. While we're waiting for others to get in and get settled, now's a good time to grab anything you need to get comfortable. Maybe it's a glass of water or a hot cup of tea or coffee. Also, if you have items at home and you'd like to smudge, it's a good time to grab those items as we begin to ignite the healing within. And if you don't have smudge at home, relatives, that's okay. We'll send some cleansing, healing, and positive energy your way. It's a new day. It's another sunrise, another sunset. It's a different phase of the moon. This is our opportunity to reflect on how we feel and decide how we want to move on our wellness path today. Let's do some lavender too. Aloha, kakahiaka. Hello and good morning. My name is Malia and I'm a community healer at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on the mental health and wellness of our relatives of Turtle Island, as well as other Indigenous and underserved communities, and also victims of crime. You can join us here every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., where we will always breathe, stretch, explore ways of integrating self-care and wellness into our daily lives, and we will always honor our cultural traditions, our customs, our ancestry, our strength, and our resilience. So thank you for joining us this morning, relatives. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our HIR Wellness Institute team member who's here with me to serve you. We have one of our community healers and our advocacy director, also a Ho-Chunk woman and a brilliant artist and human being, Barbara Blackdeer McKenzie. Good morning, Barbara. How you doing? When you see the HIR Wellness Institute commenting this morning, that's Barbara. And to our relatives out there, I want to say good morning. It's another Monday. Here we go. It's a new week. How are you doing this week? Let's do a check-in. How are you? Like for real, how are you doing today? How was your weekend? How you feeling? Where you at right now? If you're new to these videos, I'll always remind you, you can check in at any time. And you never have to, but you're always welcome to. And you can always share where you are. Maybe you're okay, maybe you're not okay. Maybe today is a moment to celebrate something or to honor. Maybe today you might even be mourning. Or maybe you just might need a little bit of extra support. So how you doing? And if you're not quite sure how to answer that and you don't know where you're at, we can do a body scan. You can close your eyes if you want to. You can sit, lay, or recline however you like, just like as if we're about to do a deep breathing exercise. Let's start at the top of the head, paying attention to areas that might feel tense or tight. Maybe it feels stiff, or you might even feel physical pain. We'll scan down to our temples and our jaw. How's your neck feeling and your shoulders? Let's scan down to our chest and our tummies. Is your stomach full or empty? Did you have a good breakfast? Or is dinner still in your tummy from last night? Let's go on down to our hips and our thighs, our knees, our shins and calves, our ankles, heels, arches, ball and toes. Let's work our way back to our back, our shoulders, our biceps, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, and fingertips. All right, let's go to our upper back, middle and lower back, and our tailbone. Let's take a moment to scan our heart. Are there feelings or emotions that are lying heavy there, or does your heart feel full of joy or love? Or does your heart feel light and free? And let's go ahead and scan our thoughts. How'd you sleep last night? Was there anything that was circulating in your mind through the night? Or maybe you feel well rested. Maybe your mind is invigorated and you're ready for the day. And with that, relatives, feel free to check in. You can type in the comment box and we can talk about it. We can reflect on it and support you. But the most important thing is you take a moment and decide where you're at for yourself. Because that can help us to determine what our next step is. Or maybe we're not even going to take a next step today. Maybe today is about reflecting. Wherever you're at and whatever you decide, that's okay. We're here for you and we're here with you. All right, let's go to the comment section. Good morning, Makanit. How are you doing this morning? Glad you're here with us. How are you? Marie Dragonfly, good morning. Marie says, it's the beginning of a new day, a new week, a new sun sign in Gemini. Yes, thank you, Marie, for that reminder. Matter of fact, I think the cusp was this weekend. It was my partner's birthday on Saturday. Yes, he was born on that Gemini Taurian cusp. Thank you, Marie. Barbara says good morning to you as well. Marie says, my grown sons have their birthday in a couple weeks. My greatest wish and hope is to visit with them on their special day. Aw, Marie. As a mom, I can totally understand that desire. Oh, I hope that happens for you. Thanks for sharing, Marie. My son's birthday is on Friday too. Oh, he's gonna be 12. Makanit says, back to work from vacation. Ugh. Makanit, I hope you had a beautiful vacation. Take that peace with you. Find your center, breathe through it if you're already feeling the stresses of being back at work. Gwen says, good morning, busy weekend, graduated BSHS finally. Today is a planned day of rest from busyness and family gatherings. Need my quiet time. Gwen, congratulations, you are awesome. Woo! Yes, Gwen. Yes. So happy for you today. And you had the family gatherings, all the graduations, I'm sure. Awesome on your quiet time today. That sounds like the absolute best way to start a Monday, let me tell you. Good for you, Gwen. I'm so happy for you. Barbara congratulates you as well, Gwen. Claudia, our occupational therapist, is here. Claudia, how you doing today? So glad you're with us. Claudia says, good morning, Malia and everybody. Claudia, like Barbara and myself, relatives, is here to serve you with her unique background, her experience, who she is as a person. Occupational therapy is part of our services that we offer at the HIR Wellness Institute, and as always for your relatives, at zero cost. If you're interested in learning more about occupational therapy, please know you can visit our website at hirwellness.org. Thank you for being with us, Claudia. How are you doing? Marie says, right now I'm at the hospital getting IVIG infusions. This treatment physically helps keep me strong. My nurses are the best. I am glad to sit and do a body scan while drinking coffee. Aww. Marie, that's some good self-care. I know it's not always the easiest, but you're doing an amazing job. I'm glad you're able to take time for the body scan and drinking your coffee. So glad that you're able to be there to get your infusions to stay strong. You are strong, Marie. You are amazing. Lots of love to you, Marie. Lots of healing. Claudia says, congratulations, Gwen. And with that, relatives, let's go ahead and take a moment to talk about our morning elixirs. What's in your cup? I'll be honest today, I woke up really tired, real tired. So, a little bit of a check-in. I started a new old exercise regimen. I started taking barre classes again. I used to actually be a barre instructor, which is kind of like ballet, Pilates, yoga, prior to COVID. Well, when COVID happened, I had a shift in my schedule, and so I stopped teaching barre, and then it was very difficult to do during COVID. So I started going back to barre, and on Friday I was pretending like I hadn't, let me see how I should put it. Well, I haven't really done barre in over a year, and I put on a little bit of COVID weight. So I was in barre class trying to act like I was still as strong or at the level I was prior to COVID, and put some strain on my back. So this weekend, I spent the weekend, including for my partner's birthday, laying on the couch, unable to move. Amazingly, I'm able to sit on this chair today, so I'm feeling better. Not 100%, but sleeping is really, really hard because I can't sleep on my side. And anyways, long story short, I'm tired this morning. My back still hurts. So this morning I am drinking cold canned coffee. Now it's a brand that you may all recognize. No sponsorship here, anything like that. I just happen to have a cold coffee here. Coffee again, not my typical morning drink, but I need it. I'm tired. I don't know if need would be the right word, but I'm gonna have some of this coffee. I might drink about maybe a half of a can or so, and hopefully that just gives me the kind of oomph that I need to just get through my Monday. So that being said, relatives, never too late to check in. That's my check-in. Just feeling a little bit off my back, going for the coffee. I think it'll help. What do you have in your cups this morning as your elixir relatives? Always feel free to share. You can always inspire our other relatives who are watching. Let us know. Inquiring minds want to know what is in your coffee cup or in your teacup this morning. Or maybe it's a smoothie, maybe it's citrus water. It might even be a glass of water. Regardless, these are all amazing elixirs. And feel free to share. I want to do a toast to you all out there. Whatever you have in store for you this week, may you have moments of peace, moments of self-care, moments of humility, moments of gratitude, moments of courage, joy, laughter, fun, and healing. Whatever it is you need, relatives, may Creator bestow that upon you. And may your ancestors be there to support you. May you have the courage to ask for what it is that you need to be okay. Toast to you all. As an avid tea drinker, it's very strange to drink coffee once in a while. Barbara says, what's your morning elixir? Malia is going with a nitro coffee. I'm going with a glass of water. And as always, I will always go with a glass of water as well. It's kind of like my sigh. I'm always having a side of water. All right, relatives, before we get into our stretch, I do know that this is Memorial Week or weekend coming up. And this is typically in Wisconsin when we do our gardening and our planting. I want to get outside sometime this week. I just got to see how my back is doing. I don't want to be like outside with you all and then unable to like get up or something. So hopefully sometime this week we can get out. We can dig in the soil. We can look at some seeds. It'll be a good time. And with that, let's go to our deep breathing. You can sit, lay, or recline however you like. Closing your eyes are optional. We're going to go ahead and breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. Let's do a longer extended exhale this time. We'll exhale through the mouth for a count of 8. Let's focus on pursing the lips. And by what I mean is like when you're about to blow out a candle or whistle, we're going to purse the lips so that we can extend that exhale a little bit longer than we usually do. When we inhale, the belly's going to expand. When we exhale and purse the lips, the belly's going to contract. Now, when we're breathing in, I invite you to come up with an affirmation, or maybe it's a single word that you need right now. What is it that you need? For me, as I said, as an example, my back really hurts. So when I breathe in, I want the opposite of pain. I want, what's the opposite of pain? I'll say to feel well. That's going to be my breathe in. And when I exhale, when I breathe in, I'm going to scan the body, bring in that feel well goodness all throughout my body, and I'll exhale and release what's not serving me. In this case, it actually is physical pain. So that's what I'll focus on. Barbara also says has some affirmations for us. One is I am unique, or I belong, or I am beautiful, I am loved, I matter, I am enough. You can choose that too. Maybe even it's just a single word. But whatever you need, that can be your word. All right, relatives, are you ready? Let's take a deep inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. Let's take a deep inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. One more deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Just go ahead and continue to breathe as we roll the shoulders. You can release some tension there if you have it. All right. Now let's go ahead and squeeze the shoulders up and release. Inhale, squeeze and release. Inhale, squeeze and release. And let's go ahead and squeeze the shoulder blades together. This can help with our posture. Ooh. Couple more. Inhale and release. Now let's open the arms up, spreading the arms out. Inhale or yawn. Extending that arm across the shoulder, rolling the wrist, stretching the shoulder and upper back. Inhale and exhale. Take a deep inhale. We're going to go ahead and extend that arm out directly in front of us, stretching the wrist and fingers, forearms. If you don't like that, roll the wrist, or as always, relatives, choose your own stretch. Whatever feels comfortable to you, that's what's right. Listen to your body. Trust yourself. Trust what it needs. Palms up. Okay, I'm going to take it a little gentle here. Slightly bending from side to center. Oh, taking it a little easy here. And pushing down on the tricep. Other side, inhale. Let all the yawns out. Let's finish with the neck stretch from side to center. Take it nice and easy. All right, and double tapping the ear towards the shoulder. Double tap. Double tap. And then finishing rolling the chin from shoulder to shoulder. Woo. Keep it in the front here, nice and gentle. One more on each side. And then we're going to go ahead and look gently down towards our lap. And up. Gently down towards the lap. And up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale. How'd that feel, relatives? Barbara can tell us a little bit more about this deep breathing we just did. With pursed lip breathing, by slowly breathing in this way, the mind shifts from the parietal and rear frontal cortex to the prefrontal cortex that works on executive functions like reasoning. So we know oftentimes, many of us know that when we deep breathe, it slows down our heart rate. It helps to center us and ground us. It brings us to the present. But a lot of times what we don't think about deep breathing is when we're sort of like dysregulated, or something's triggering us, or we're like deep in a rabbit hole, or we're just not really functioning to the best of our abilities in a way that our mind is sort of, we're activated in a different area of our brain where we're not really able to function in a logical way or really take some time to reason. When we deep breathe, it can really help us to come back um, that area of our mind that's going to help us think more clearly and reason. As a matter of fact, um, man, where did I just see this research? It was through the Institute. But actually, when you are in a state of panic, or if you're not feeling rested, or you're like upset about something, and we are engaging in different parts of our brain, our IQ will actually um, lower, and it can lower significantly. So when we're in areas or areas of our life, or we're in like very stressful situations, we actually aren't as smart in the way that we're acting or reacting to things. So the deep breathing can really help us to get back to that part of our brain that really can help us focus on reasoning and making more sound decisions. To me, this makes me think about things like compulsions, or like if you're feeling compelled to, like, maybe it's a habit that you're trying to focus on moving away from. Maybe it's like an addiction. Maybe it might even be that you're trying to shift like your behaviors or responsiveness to things. Deep breathing can really, really help to ground, to center, and to give us that moment and that space where we're not necessarily immediately just going towards something that might not be serving us in a way of longevity, or in a way that's really going to serve what it is we truly want and need. For example, one of my thoughts is, for me, again, it was my partner's birthday this weekend, so we had like a whole thing of cookies in the house and potato chips and all this kind of stuff. And if, instead of like running towards the cookie box every time I passed it, to take a moment to breathe, to sit with it. Am I hungry? Am I physically hungry? Is this what I really need right now, or am I bored? Taking some deep breaths, just a moment to think about it, and then making that decision. Wait, I'm actually not hungry. Those look really good. I'm just going to move that box out of the way. I'll come back to it at another time, if and when I truly am hungry, if I really do need this. Maybe it's you know, that's just one example. Feel free, relatives, give me an example where deep breathing might be a good choice at the moment. So, my thought for you, my request for you, if you like, is to think about something that might happen in your day today, or maybe it's already happened, where you might feel compelled to do something that maybe isn't what you feel is truly serving you, but you might do it out of stress or anxiety, or you might do it out of habit, or you might do it out of just you're not sure what else to do with yourself. Like, for example, going for that cookie because you're like, I don't know, it's pleasurable. I'm going to go for it. So I want you to think of a moment today. Maybe it's already happened. Maybe it's something you might be anticipating. Take time, think of a moment where you might feel a little bit stressed out, or you might feel like a compulsion's going to set in, or you might have a behavior that isn't necessarily going to serve your highest good or what it is that you want or need. Again, my example was eating a cookie when you don't need it, but it could be something completely different. Please feel free to share that example. What is something where you're like, I might come across this today? And instead of this, what can I do? I can deep breathe. So I want you to think of and identify a moment where there might be that tension, where I might, it might be a behavior, it might be a habit, it might be some sort of thing that needs a change in your life. It might be something that makes you feel upset or anxious or whatever it is. Think about that moment. Feel free to share that moment, because maybe if you identify it, then instead of doing that, you can take a moment. Maybe you might even do it. Like, for example, maybe with that cookie, you might have that cookie, but instead of having 3 or 5 or a box, you take that moment before you reach to it, stop, take a deep breath, and maybe instead of having 3 cookies, you might take it down to 1. Think about a moment or a need today where breathing might be an option for you, and feel free to share. And I've thought of another one too. My son is 11. He has this tendency where when we come home, I say, before you play video games, before you get on your phone, before you do anything, I want you to take out the garbage or make your bed or whatever. And I get home and I'm getting settled in, and then I'll come to his room to see how he's doing, and he literally did not make his bed. He literally did not take out the garbage. He's playing video games or whatever, and then I get all sorts of distraught and upset. And then I start saying things to him. I get on his case, which is fine. He needs, some discipline. But then I start thinking like, I should, maybe I should take a deep breath first. Take a breather, take a moment before I just start laying into him about something. And maybe have a talk with him instead of blah, 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 barking at him. Just another thought or example in my mind. And we'll go to the comments while you're thinking about a moment today where you might use deep breathing instead of whatever it is that you might be tempted to do instead. Tempted's not even maybe where you might be inclined to do something else that isn't serving your highest good. Go to deep breathing. Marie says, I have a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders. That stretching and breathing exercise helps so much. That's awesome to hear, Marie. I hope when you're feeling that, because I know a lot of us hold our tension in our neck and shoulders. If you're feeling that tension throughout the day, please, if you can, remember to access that out of your medicine kit. Go ahead and just do it, even if it's just a couple of stretches. Maybe it's just looking from side to center. Maybe it's just rolling the chin from shoulder to shoulder. Maybe it's just even opening up the arms and giving a stretch. Ooh. That stretch always makes me yawn. Barbara says, I agree, Marie. I love the stretching. As a person with old shoulder injuries, these stretches help a lot. Oh, Barbara, I didn't know you had shoulder injuries. I'm glad to help with the stretches. All right, relatives. As it's Monday, can also take a moment to reflect on our week. It is the beginning of the week, the last week in May. As we move into next week, we will be in the month of June. Holy cow, this year is flying by. I'd like you to take a moment to reflect on what it is you need for this week. What is it you need, relatives? How would you like this week to be for you? And what I mean by that is, what's something you'd like to focus on for your wellness this week? We're on day 1. So what is it you need this week? What's something that you'd like to focus on for your wellness, for your health or your mental health, or for your self-care? Feel free to share in the comments. What is it that you need this week to serve your highest need, to serve your highest self, to support you in your wellness, in your self-care, in your mental health? And if you want some ideas, our Lokahi wheel, the wheel of harmony. Perhaps it might help you to focus on one of these things. Spirit, friends and family, work and school, the thinking mind, feelings or emotions, or the physical body. For me this week, I know I have to focus on the physical body. Why? Because it is demanding it right now. My back is saying you absolutely have to focus on your physical body. You have no choice. And I've noticed one of these things, if you're being impacted in a way where it has need, can not only adversely affect the rest of the wheel, but it can also positively affect the rest of the wheel. So deep breathing today will help me in this week. Stretching will help me in this week. And then I'll have a positive effect on other areas of my life. So, what part of the wheel are you focusing on? If you're having trouble identifying, okay, I'm not quite sure, what are some of the things I might focus on this week? If you're having trouble locking it down, that's okay. You can always go to the wheel and just pick one thing and start there. Let's go to the comment section and see how everyone's doing. Barbara expands a little bit on on deep breathing. Where might breathing help you stop the behaviors that are not necessarily good for you? For example, while driving and yelling at another driver, eating one cookie instead of 3 or 5. How about breathing through instead of cussing, swearing, or using other negative language? Healthy words, right? Barbara asks, what do you need this week? What is something that you'd like to focus on for your wellness and your self-care? Marie says, I also have to focus on the strength and wellness of my physical body. Thank you for sharing, Marie. Yeah. And Marie, I know you are, because you're at the hospital getting infusions. You are amazing. You're doing a great job. That's a big step, and that's a big thing to do, Marie. Let us know, Marie, if there's other things you're going to be doing as well this week. Feel free to share. Makanit says, trying to be positive and not think too hard. My anxiety is high right now. I was in tears. Makanit, this is one of those moments where I think that if you breathe through it today, I don't mean that to be like trite or corny. I'm serious. Breathe today. Breathe. Yes. And I'll check on you today and see how you're doing. Remember, relatives, you are enough. You are enough. You are worthy of love. You are enough. You are not just enough. You are fully enough. You are whole. And if you're having trouble believing that or being with that, take some deep breaths. Tell yourself good words. You are the medicine. You are the medicine. You have everything that you need right here. Barbara says tears can be a sign of happiness, sadness, or cleansing. You might reflect on what kind of tears you are shedding. Remember that your body is shedding water, so drink some water too. Barbara, you gave me some chills. Happiness, sadness, or cleansing? What kind of tears are you shedding? What are you releasing? What are you releasing? Allow yourself to release it. Allow yourself to be okay to release it. Trini says sending love and gratitude. Aw, Trini, so happy you're here with us. Right back at you, Trini. Marie says in the next few days, I have to get my seedlings transplanted in the community garden in my village. They are all medicinal plants for teas and tinctures. Marie, that is so cool. Sounds wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Relatives, if you come here for no reason, none other, then you just need to get some love. I will let you know that is completely okay. If you are struggling with the lies that our brains tell us that we're not good enough, that we're not smart enough, that we're not worthy of being loved, that we're not deserving of love, that whatever it is that are, the pain that we walk with that is telling us these untruths. And you're coming here simply just to be like, I need to remember that I'm loved. I need to just be here for some support. That's exactly why we're here. We are literally here to support you and give you love and to remind you that you are worthy of love. If nothing else, yes, talking about teas is fun. I love it. Talking about culture and medicines, these are all amazing. These are awesome conversations to have. But if, in my opinion, the thing that we're really here for is to remind you that you are the medicine. And sometimes that reminder is simply, hey, you need some love? Here it is. No strings attached. And I find it on social media, no less. We're quite honestly, we all know it's so easy to give out hate, judgment, criticism, negativity. This is a space where you can come where you're like, you know what? I just need some love and some positivity. You are exactly in the right place. And not only can you come here to receive that kind of love and support and compassion, but you also are that love, support, and compassion. That is you. You are that medicine. When you come here, not only are you contributing to your own self-care by taking time to reflect on who you are and what you need and what you want and what pains you and what helps you and what you're struggling with. Not only are you doing that for yourself, but the awesome 2-for-1 thing about it is you are also the medicine to other people simply by being here and contributing to that conscious of love and spirit and goodness and compassion and support. You are that medicine, relatives. You are that medicine, and you are extraordinary. You are extraordinarily beautiful. You are extraordinarily unique. You are extraordinary. You are 1 in 7 billion. I will remind you this every single time we come here. There is not a soul on the planet who is you. You are you. And you are walking with you in heart, in spirit, in mind, in flesh and blood. You are walking with you. You are the sum total of every one of your ancestors who came before you. This makes you not only resilient and unique, this makes you extremely powerful. You are extremely powerful. You are the medicine. And being here, you can help other people reflect. Your relatives, our relatives. For those of us who are here, we come here to reflect on that goodness of who we are. And when you reflect on your own goodness, and sometimes that can even mean by taking a look at the not so bright parts of ourselves. We all have our shadow, we all have our darkness. It's okay to be here and be like, you know what? I'm not perfect. Taking the mask off right now. You can take it off and you can set it aside. You don't have to wear a mask here. You can come as you are. That means you can roll on your jammies. That means you can say, hey, you know what? Today I'm struggling with this. That's okay. That's okay. We all have our struggles. You don't have to feel like this is a place where perfection is what you need to be. That's why we're reflecting on our resilience, because we all walk with some sort of pain. We all walk with some sort of part of ourselves where we feel hurt or we feel like we're not enough. Maybe there's people out there who um who feel really balanced, and that's awesome. If you're in balance, if you're in harmony, that is incredible. But our journey isn't linear, and we're not necessarily always going to feel that way. And if you know someone who feels that way, I would love to know who that person is, because I want to know how they're doing it. But chances are that some days you're just not going to be okay. That's part of the human condition. And if you're not doing okay today, it's okay. There's things you can do. You can breathe through it. You can reflect on it. You can be kind to yourself. You can access your medicine kit. And that might include reaching out to our Cares Warm line. Because sometimes all it really takes is we just need to talk it out. Reach out to someone that you can talk to that you trust, a family member, a friend, a coworker that you might trust. Or you can call the Cares Warm line. And it's open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can call or text, and within 24 hours you'll get a response from one of our Cares Warm counselors, who will listen to you with dignity, respect, compassion, and care. And not only can they provide you with emotional support, but also with resources that might be helpful to you. There are resources out there, relatives. There are agencies out there. Maybe today, if you're in mourning, on Mondays, from 1 to 3 p.m., we have our candlelight vigils. We have our Oneida relatives that have been hurting from what happened in Ashwaubenon. We have those of us who are struggling. Our communities struggle with the loss of our missing and murdered Indigenous relatives. We have those of us who are struggling with our own losses of family members, or whether that be because they crossed to the other side, or maybe it's just the separateness of a relationship. If you need to mourn, every Monday from 1 to 3 p.m., you can go on our HIR Wellness Facebook page and you can click onto our candlelight vigil. This is a place where we can collectively mourn the losses that we experience as relatives. And when we go in, it's automatically muted. Our cameras are off. But you can just go there and know that there's other people there sitting with you, allowing you to release what needs to be released. Or when we mourn, it's not going to just, I should put it this way, it's not going to just disappear. You know, it takes time, and loss is loss. It's you never completely heal from that loss, or maybe you heal from it, but you'll never forget that person. But being there at the moment, just knowing there's others to sit with you who are also experiencing loss, that collective mourning, we need that because it reminds us that we're worthy of the love and support that we need. Let's go to the comments. I think there's some questions. Marie says, thank you. I enjoy joining in the circle at the beginning of the day. It helps me to walk through my day in a more peaceful and graceful manner. The circle offers great emotional support. Have a blessed day, everyone. Marie, thank you. You are great emotional support too. You're amazing, Marie. Have a wonderful week. Alice asks, what time is the grief group? Please repeat. I'm hurting. Alice, thank you for asking. I'm sending you lots of love and healing. Our grief candlelight vigils are on Mondays from 1 to 3 p.m. You can always go to our Facebook pages and you'll see posts. What you do is you go to the HIR Wellness Facebook page, and on Mondays we'll post a link for the candlelight vigil. So what you do is on Facebook, you'll just click on that link, and at 1 p.m. it goes from 1 to 3. It will automatically mute you, and we ask that you keep your camera off. And you don't have to sit there the whole, you can be there if you, for example, if you have to be at work, but you just want to have it on in the background to know that there's people collectively with you. Sending you lots of love, Alice. We're here for you. We're here for all of you relatives. For some of you, if you go to the candlelight vigil today, know that although you may be hurting, know that you are taking care of your spirit and your soul. Not here to tell you what religion or what's the right way. There is no right way. There is no wrong way. Well, the right way is your way. But I want you to know that when you focus on spirit, when you allow yourself to experience the loss, that is wellness. I want to say mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for joining us, relatives. You are amazing, extraordinary, unique, and beautiful on the inside and out. You are full of blessings. Take good, righteous care of your mind and your body, your heart and your spirit. Claudia says, I drove through most of this today. Incredible words of comfort and grounding. Human experience in all of us worth everything our purpose has brought us here to do. Thank you for the joy of this morning. Thank you for you, Claudia. Love you. You're beautiful. Love you, Claudia. Aloha nui, everyone. Huge love to you. Remember, you are loved. And you are love. You are, for real. That's not just some that's not just some platitude. That is for real. You are loved and you are love. You are worthy of love. And none of that half love. All the love. You're worthy of all the love. All the love. Barbara reminds us this link is on the Mental Health Awareness Month PDF on the online vigils section. And before we go, there's a community survey link to this video. Relatives, please take it. This is how we're able to offer all of our services at no cost. Our founder, our CEO, and clinical director, Leah, knew that she would never charge you a penny for healing, ever. All you need to do to walk your healing path is to realize or remember that your path and journey in life is your path in wellness, self-care, and mental health. And once you realize you're standing there, always, that's all you need. You take one step at a time and know that you're not alone. This survey helps us to keep those services at no cost as we walk alongside you with compassion and care. And it also helps us to understand how best to serve your relatives. And that is our passion. You are not alone. Ahui hoa kuno. I hope to see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Have a beautiful rest of your week. May you have moments of peace, healing, calm, and love. We'll see you later, everyone. Ahui hoa kuno. Aloha.